Disney Plus is out and it's like I'm reliving my childhood all over again. It brings such an amazing feeling that I think everyone should feel. I would highly recommend it. This isn't a sponsored video or anything by Disney. Imagine if I had that sort of clout. This is a genuine fan of the product, giving you a honest recommendation based on what I've enjoyed thus far. Now, in my community channel, I was talking about the service and plenty of you were recommending that I make a video talking about a Kingdom Hearts Disney Plus series, which is surprising because I've had ideas to do a video like this long ago, but never made it because I thought there'd be no interest in it. Though you guys seem to have proved me wrong. I also got the idea to do this again after a conversation I had with a friend of mine named Dylan, so shout out to him. Now, of course, this video is more of a what if, as I feel like the likelihood of a Disney Plus exclusive Kingdom Hearts series is extremely slim, though I wouldn't say it's entirely impossible. Disney Plus seems to lack a lot of anime on the streaming service in comparison to others. To be fair, it doesn't really need anime, but who doesn't love a good anime nowadays, right? If Kingdom Hearts was to get a show like this, it would likely fall under the anime category, seeing as the people doing most of the work would likely be Square Enix with a little bit of outsourcing. Kingdom Hearts having a show is not a new idea entirely though. In fact, I'm sure some of you might be aware that Disney had plans for a Kingdom Hearts series on Disney Channel way back in 2002. Though plans for that unfortunately fell flat because they had plans to make other Kingdom Hearts games, so making the show seemed like it wasn't worth it. You can see various panels of it on screen right now actually. Now, in my opinion, while this show would have been cool, I'm not too crazy about the art direction, as these don't really look like the Kingdom Hearts characters we grew to love at all, so it seems like it was the right idea to have it scrapped, at least at the time. Though of course, I'm not against the idea of Kingdom Hearts having a TV show, I just personally feel like that art direction wasn't for me, you know? But it's still cool that it was in the works at all. But once again, that's not to say I would never enjoy something like that, because I believe heavily that Kingdom Hearts could make a very great, like, battle sort of show. Though preferably if a Kingdom Hearts show was made, I'd get more enjoyment and build more attachment to it if it was something more canon, similar to Final Fantasy 15 Brotherhood, which I genuinely enjoyed. Now, I already know the biggest worry some people may have with this, and that would be Disney meddling with the storylines, but I'm not really concerned with that. As long as Nomura has the major handle on the story, I'm fine with it. I have perfect trust with Disney when it comes to their storytelling capabilities. I mean, most of us here probably grew up on a lot of Disney properties after all. There is a big conspiracy theory that whenever the Kingdom Hearts story is a little bit inconsistent, that it's because of Disney meddling, which I don't really understand, because Disney plays an important role in the series creation because they own the series first of all. But some people have a huge grudge against Disney and want it away from Kingdom Hearts at all costs, which is a little weird to me. What I'd imagine for a Kingdom Hearts Disney Plus show would be something that is canon yet short and consumable, most importantly, like maybe 12 episodes max, maybe like 4 to 6 would be the general range. It would be a short story to talk about some important lore in the series or whatever else they decide to talk about, while also serving as a nice entryway for newcomers, since this is a big streaming service and Kingdom Hearts would be seen by lots of eyes there. It could take place during the past, during the Union Cross days, it could take place in the present, or whatever. It could even be a slice of life sort of show where you are just enjoying the company of certain Kingdom Hearts characters. There's been a decent bit of demand for a Kingdom Hearts show from the community for years, honestly. Some fans of the series have even made their own little animations to imitate what a show could even be like, and not going to lie, it has me hyped. Like, just look at this, it looks so good. Watch the full video, of course, in the description down below. Kingdom Hearts, I feel like in general, we've talked about the series one day getting a fully dedicated film or cartoon, of course, but Kingdom Hearts, more so than other gaming properties, I feel like has a higher chance of pulling off something like this, right? Just because Disney and Pixar are attached to this property, and that's the type of content those companies excel in. The crazy fact that it was brought out up in the past means it's a decent bit likely that it could happen in the future, especially since the time seems to be very right with Disney Plus being a thing. It already has a lot of originals under its belt, and I'm sure a Kingdom Hearts show would sit very nicely in that library. Though, now that we've gotten that discussion out of the way, I wanted to do a little end segment sort of thing in this video where I comment on some of your Kingdom Hearts show ideas. I asked people in both my Discord server, link down below by the way, and my community tab for some cool and wacky ideas that they might have. Just something that I thought would be fun. Alright, so I'm going to be starting off with my Discord server. After putting in much thought, a show where Kairi and Riku are on the search for Sora would be really nice to see. The setup of the show would be Riku traveling around worlds in search of Sora but to no avail, and Kairi going through training with Master Aqua to hone her skills. I like that idea. Both would go through their own hurdles, Riku's desperate search for Sora's whereabouts and Kairi's desperate need to forgive herself and focus on helping Riku find Sora by getting stronger. Maybe one day she hopes to get the power of waking. Sora has his own adventures too, a very dangerous one where he threads on thin ice. He could be in the Worms with you Shibuya for this, but it's best to keep this part a vague mystery. It gets more interesting if the viewers don't exactly know what is happening to Sora. The mom can be a part of this as well. Back to Kairi and Riku after some time, Riku finds more information of Shibuya and has a hunch that Sora could be there, but he can't do it alone. He's going to need some help, so Kairi joins in. Yenzo, Evan, and Ansem tries to find a way and study the science behind what is going on. Maybe there's a type of contraption that could help. With Kairi's Princess of Light powers, this opens up to a whole new world of possibilities and character developments. Okay, so Lydia went really in depth with this idea, and I like it a lot. The premise I'm getting at is a story that pretty much takes place immediately after Kingdom Hearts 3, and this will be a show that kind of focuses a lot on Kairi while also being like a segue into Sora, or finding out where Sora is, and Riku will be doing all of that in the background, which I feel like is a very interesting idea, and that's all of these characters in general. I would love a show, to be honest, like just about Ansem and his whole crew, because I definitely feel like they're going to have a large role in the next saga that people aren't really talking about that much, since they are like the sciencey group and they tend to find out about stuff before the main characters even do. I definitely feel like in the next saga, where there's going to be a lot of mysteries that need to be unraveled about the heart, about the world, Kingdom Hearts, etc. They're going to be the ones doing all of that. Yenzo, Ansem, Evan, all of them. Maybe even Axel and Isa if they decide to go back to Ansem the Wise. I have multiple ideas, so sorry for the long message. No worries, you're fine. Just remake KH1 because it's iconic, but include elements from the manga, show us more of Riku and the villain's point of view. That's a pretty good idea. 5-minute episode, Sotalia style, just showing what the Dream Eaters get up to when they're not fighting, how they interact with each other, as well as Sora and Riku. As a bonus, please explain dispositions more. Later in the series, it explores the implications of Riku being a Dream Eater, and Sora asks all the important questions, like if I pat your head, will your eyes change color? Riku shows off his Link attack transformations, and Sora makes silly comments like an excited kid. So a show centered around like Dream Job Distance, kind of. Dream Job does have a lot of like interesting things that could be elaborated on in the show. Another Dream Job Distance idea, make Dream Job Distance 2 a series, but super tragic. Riku dives deeper and deeper into dreams and darkness trying to save Sora, but he turns into a nightmare before he reaches him. They fight, Sora loses his heart, Riku is lost to darkness. The final episode hints that the next entry in the Kingdom Hearts franchise will follow Riku's nobody in his search for Sora's heartless and nobody, thinking only his light can make him whole again. I want a show about Roxas and Ven going on random adventures together. Make it a buddy cop sort of deal, have plenty of laughs, and maybe some unexpected encounters. Okay, I really like that idea a lot. I think that would be something like the KH community would really enjoy. A show about Roxas and Ven, a sort of sitcom sort of deal. They get to learn more about each other, laugh about like how they were made. Ventus teases Roxas about how Roxas looks like exactly like him. They can go on different Disney worlds together. It would just be like a really fun show, like Key Archives is saying here. Alright, next up we have my boy Avatar Yaya. Shout out to him. My perfect Disney Plus show would would be the life of the Organization 13, background on the characters, which would help give background and add more lore to them. It could also go into the past lives of Lee, Axel, and Larxene. What would be cool if it shows off the missions like Days with the Organization 13 and how it goes through the events of the Kingdom Hearts timeline. So a show basically about like the Days missions, I guess you can say. That definitely sounds a lot more interesting to me personally than actually playing the missions themselves, because playing them, in my opinion personally, I know some people really love Days, was a little like bit on the tedious side. So whenever I want to experience Days, I end up just going through the movie again, because I find that to be a lot more fun and enjoyable. And I think like a show about it, like going even deeper into that possibly, would be very interesting. And the Organization characters are a lot of people's like favorite characters in Kingdom Hearts, or there's at least like 2 or 3 Organization members that's in like everyone's top 5. So like a show about the Organization, I'm sure people would just eat up. I want a Key series, probably a part 2 of back cover, which covers more of the foretellers and the new Dandelion leaders. And on top of that, I want to see the actual Keyblade War that happened during the Key Saga. That would be an interesting Disney Plus series. Anything that revolves around Key, I feel like would just make a really good show, because Key already, like, I feel like even though you do have the mobile game going on, I personally, like, my experience of Key is watching a lot of the cutscenes via YouTube. I'm not sitting here grinding out story updates or anything to get the lore or anything, because most of the time if I'm covering the lore of Key, I'm covering the Japanese version of it, which I can't really read anyways. I'm usually waiting for translations. So my experience of Key is already kind of like a TV show, like a series of shorts, I guess you can say, and making some like that like official would be great. I personally loved back cover. There weren't as many story reveals in it as I was expecting, but the thing I valued a lot out of that short movie was the character interactions and just the characters in general, just seeing that world in the Unreal Engine 4. So a back cover 2 revolving maybe around the Dandelions is something that a lot of people definitely want, that I've made multiple videos about, that I think a lot of people would just be ecstatic about. Some to streamline the story just a little bit more. I'd have a full-blown CGI movie like Advent Children of Chain of Memories. I feel like loads of people seem to skip that game, either not knowing about it or not liking the gameplay, and it's such an important part of the story. I've seen so many forums and sites saying to just watch the cutscenes on YouTube, so to have a proper movie explaining more about the Organization would be great. I pretty much agree with you on that. Though specifically talking about Chain of Memories, I don't know if that would be my choice for a CGI movie, but I get what you're saying perfectly, because you're right. A lot of people, like when you're getting into the Kingdom Hearts series, a lot of people don't even play Chain of Memories. A lot of people just go on YouTube and watch cutscenes. A matter of fact, that was my experience of Chain of Memories before I played it for myself. If they were to make like a CGI movie, I would like it to be made or worked on primarily by Pixar, with of course like Nomura and the team at Square Enix doing a lot of the writing and just bringing that like Kingdom Hearts presence to it, so it's not straight up just a Pixar movie, even though I would love that even, but you know what I mean. I do like this idea a lot though. Like the idea of a Kingdom Hearts CGI movie has been around for a long time, and I definitely think that that's something that I would personally love. But that's going to about do it for today's video though, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. I know this segment was a little bit longer, but I don't really mind it too much. Hopefully you don't either. Hopefully you found a lot of enjoyment out of it. Next time though, if I do something like this, I'll probably make it a little bit shorter, but I had a lot of fun doing this, and I'm glad a lot of you participated in this. Now, I'm so sorry to those of you whose comments weren't featured in the video. We had over 100 people leave comments across both Discord and the YouTube community channel, and if I featured all 100 plus comments in this video would have been way too long. But next time I decide to do something like this, I'll try and get as many new people as I can. But thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, leave a like, share the video with a friend or family member, and last but not least, if you have not already and want to become a part of the union, all you have to do is hit that red little subscribe button down below. My name is Prodigy, and I will talk to you guys soon. Peace out.